Okay, international football fans, get ready. It's June 6, 2025, and the road to the FIFA World Cup 2026 is absolutely heating up in Europe.
It really is. This isn't just another Friday. It's packed with some crucial qualification matches.
And we're here to take a deep dive into, well, a whole stack of analysis. We've got reports, stats, our own notes, all focused on today's European qualifiers. Our mission, basically, to cut through all that data and give you, the listener, the essential insights, maybe some predictions, and perhaps a few surprising details from these really key games.
Think of it as your shortcut
Yeah.
to being well-informed about what's happening today.
Exactly. And just a quick reminder on the UEFA format, pretty simple, really. Group winners, straight to the World Cup.
Right. And the runners-up, they head into those tricky playoffs, so every single match really counts.
It absolutely does. And the analysis we're digging into today, it's pretty thorough. It's looked at the latest FIFA rankings, the April 3rd one specifically.
Yep. And current group standings, recent form, head-to-head records.
And crucially, those squad dynamics, injuries, suspensions, all that stuff, it's about getting the full picture.
Exactly. So let's get into it. 6 matches on the slate for today, all kicking off at 19.45 CET.
All right, let's kick things off in Group L. The analysis flags this one. Czech Republic hosting Montenegro. A crucial top-of-the-table clash, it says.
Yeah, and you can see why. Both teams, perfect starts. 2 wins, 6 points each.
What's interesting, though, is the ranking difference. Czech Republic is 38th, Montenegro 70th.
That's quite a gap, yeah. Over 30 places. On paper, you'd think clear favorite.
But they're level on points right now. Czech Republic just edging it on goal difference.
So this really is a massive 6-pointer right at the start of the group. A win here is huge.
The sources do point out, though, while both are perfect in qualifying so far, Czech Republic's overall recent form looks a bit stronger, undefeated in their last 5 competitive games.
Whereas Montenegro, it's 3 wins and 2 losses in their last 5. So, yeah, maybe a bit more momentum with the Czechs. Patrick Schick, key man for them.
And that head-to-head record.
Wow.
It's pretty stark, isn't it?
It really is. Czech Republic won all 5 previous meetings, scored 13, conceded just 1.
That's got to be a psychological factor for Montenegro, surely.
Absolutely. It's significant historical dominance. Hard to ignore. Now, squad news. Czech Republic missing a couple, Clement and Sadalik.
Okay.
But the analysis kind of suggests they've got the depth to cope better than Montenegro, who are missing their main striker, Ozimaj, and maybe defender Marušić too.
Right. So tactically, what are we thinking? Czech Republic pushing?
Seems likely. Home advantage, the form, they'll probably attack. Montenegro may be more cautious, look to counter.
Okay, so putting it all together, rankings, form, history, squad news, the analysis is predicting.
A home win for the Czech Republic seems the most likely outcome based on the data.
Okay, let's switch gears then. Group I, Estonia taking on Israel. The sources frame this one as a competitive mid-table scramble.
Yeah, both tied on 3 points after 2 games. And they're basically fighting for that potential second spot, the playoff place, behind Norway, who lead the group.
Israel definitely has the ranking advantage here. 78th versus Estonia's 121st.
That's quite significant, over 40 places. And this match feels, well, critical, doesn't it? It's a direct battle between the 2 teams level on points for that second spot.
It's what the analysis calls a 4-point swing opportunity. Win this, you create a gap. Lose, you're chasing.
Exactly. Formalizing qualifying, it's 1 win, 1 loss each. Estonia did get a decent away win in Moldova.
But crucially, didn't they lose to Israel earlier in qualifying?
They did, yeah. 2-1. And that head-to-head is perfect for Israel, too. Won all 3 previous games against Estonia.
Okay. Now squad news.
Yeah.
This seems really important for Estonia.
Yeah, the analysis highlights this. They are significantly weakened. Their captain, Karel Mats, is injured. And 2 midfielders, Palimets and Pietzen, are suspended.
That's a big hit, especially centrally. And Israel
looks like a full squad, based on the latest reports we have from around March 25th. So Estonia's absences could really impact them here.
You'd think so. So tactically, Israel likely looking to control the midfield, exploit those gaps?
Probably, yeah. Dictate the play. Estonia will need a really solid defense and hope to hit on the break.
Given all that, especially the injuries and the history, the prediction is
an away win for Israel. Seems the way the analysis leans.
Right. Moving on, another Group L game. Gibraltar hosting Croatia. Bit of a different dynamic here.
Oh, absolutely. This is Croatia's first game in the group, and they're up against, well, a much lower-ranked opponent.
Croatia starting on 0 points, obviously. Gibraltar already bottom, 0 points from 2 losses.
And the ranking difference, it's just immense. Croatia 13th, Gibraltar 204th. That's 191 places.
Wow. So just a massive difference in quality there.
Overwhelming, yeah. For Croatia, this is about getting points on the board and, importantly, boosting that goal difference early on.
Which can be vital later for Gibraltar. Damage limitation, presumably?
Pretty much. They've already conceded 7 goals in 2 games. Croatia, meanwhile, their recent form includes games against top teams.
Danny head-to-head.
Just one match, a friendly, back in 2015. Croatia won 4-0.
Okay. And squad news, Gibraltar have issues too.
Yeah. Missing their keeper, a defender, a midfielder. All injuries. Croatia are missing Kovacic, Vlasic, Juranovic. But the analysis notes Kovacic's absence, while significant generally, probably won't impact this specific match much. They have cover.
Right, against this level of opposition. So tactics are pretty straightforward here.
You'd imagine so. Croatia dominating the ball, attacking constantly, trying to rack up the goals. Gibraltar likely parking the bus, as they say, deep defense.
And the prediction from the source is...
No surprise here. An away win for Croatia, likely with a significant goal margin.
Makes sense. Let's look at Group J now. North Macedonia hosting Belgium. This is interesting.
It really is.
Yeah.
Belgium's first qualifier, but North Macedonia have actually started surprisingly well. They lead the group early with 4 points from 2 games.
Belgium, obviously, much higher ranked. 8th versus 67th for North Macedonia.
Big gap. But this is a proper test now. Belgium need to lay down a marker, while North Macedonia have a chance to show that start wasn't just a flash in the pan.
What really jumps out from the analysis is North Macedonia's recent form. It's strong.
Very strong. Undefeated in their last 5 competitive games. That includes their qualifying start, a win and a draw, plus 3 goal difference. And defensively...
That's the key bit, isn't it?
Yeah, conceding only 0.2 goals per game over those last 5. Really solid. Contrast that with Belgium. Their recent competitive form has been, well, inconsistent. 4 losses in their last 5.
That form contrast is striking. Suggests North Macedonia might be tougher than their ranking implies right now.
Absolutely. Belgium historically have the edge head-to-head, 3 wins and a draw, but the most recent was only 1-0 back in 2013. The sources think North Macedonia's current setup could really trouble them.
And squad news adds another layer. Potential issue for Belgium.
Potentially a big one. North Macedonia have a couple of worries. Serafimov and Elmas. But Belgium might be without Thibaut Courtois, their key goalkeeper. Back problem mentioned.
Ooh, that is significant. Against a team defending so well, not having your top keeper, that could make scoring freely and keeping a clean sheet much harder for Belgium.
Definitely. So tactically, Belgium will try to dominate possession, use De Bruyne, Lukaku, try to break them down. North Macedonia, focus on that defensive solidity and hope to nick something on the counter.
So the prediction, still favoring Belgium, but maybe cautiously.
Exactly. The analysis predicts a Belgium win, but expects a much tighter match than the rankings might suggest. Could be a grind for them.
Okay, over to Group I for a really big one. Norway against Italy.
Yeah, this feels massive. Italy's qualification debut, and they're away to an informed Norway team that's top of the group, perfect record, scoring goals for fun.
Italy ranked higher, of course, 9th versus Norway's 43rd, but for Italy. Well, given their recent World Cup misses, the pressure is immense to start well, especially against their likely main rivals.
And Norway's start has been, frankly, electric. 2 wins, 9 goals scored already. Holland, Surloth, they're firing. 4 wins in their last 5 competitive games overall.
The sources really contrast that with Italy's recent form, which is described as inconsistent, pointing to conceding 5 goals in 2 recent games against Germany.
Yeah, that potential defensive vulnerability for Italy versus Norway's prolific attack is a key point in the analysis. Historically, Italy dominates this fixture, 10 wins in 17. Norway haven't beaten them in the last 4.
But current form. Sometimes that trumps history.
Right, it certainly can. And adding to the mix, both teams have defensive injury concerns. Norway missing Ostergaard, Gregerson, others. Italy missing Buongiorno, Vicario, maybe. Acerbi declined the call-up.
So both have issues at the back, but the analysis suggests Italy's absences might be more disruptive.
Potentially, yeah. Multiple key defenders out could really unsettle a team that often builds from the back. Might lead to a more open game than Italy would like.
Interesting. So Norway likely attacking, Italy trying to be compact and counter?
Seems the likely tactical setup. Norway using those forwards. Italy looking for solidity and quick transitions. The analysis sees this as tight, but gives Norway a slight edge with home advantage in form.
And the prediction reflects that edge.
It does. The sources suggest either a Norway win or a draw, which is pretty bold for Italy's opening game. A real statement if it happens.
Definitely one to watch. Finally, let's swing back to Group J Wales hosting Liechtenstein.
Right, another game with a big ranking disparity. Wales have started, 4 points, second place. Liechtenstein, bottom, 0 points, -5 goal difference.
Wales 66th, Liechtenstein 204th. So like 138 places difference. Again, overwhelming quality advantage for Wales.
Yeah. For Wales, this is about maintaining their good start, but also crucially boosting that goal difference column. That could be key later on.
And for Liechtenstein, same story as Gibraltar, really try and keep the score down.
Exactly. Wales unbeaten in qualifying so far, solid defense. Liechtenstein lost both games, haven't scored a goal yet in qualifying, winless in 5 competitive matches.
The sources specifically mention that, don't they? Liechtenstein struggling to score, Wales solid at the back, points towards a clean sheet for Wales.
Highly probable, yeah.
Yeah.
And head-to-head. Perfect for Wales.
Yeah.
Won all 3 previous meetings, scored 8, conceded none.
Reinforces the picture. Any squad news, Wales get a boost.
They do. Ethan Epidue and Harry Wilson are back, which strengthens them, although Captain Aaron Ramsey is out. Liechtenstein have one minor injury, but Wales look well set.
So the analysis suggests Wales are really favorites for a comfortable win here.
Absolutely. Tactically, expect Wales all-out attack, trying to score early and often for that goal difference. Liechtenstein defending deep, damage limitation.
Prediction.
A home win for Wales, and likely by a significant margin again.
Okay. So pulling back a bit, looking at the broader picture across these groups, how did these predictions shape things?
Well, in Group L, you'd expect Czech Republic or Montenegro to take pole position after their clash, with Croatia looking to make up ground quickly. Israel, if they win as predicted, are in a strong position for second. Norway potentially holding on to the lead, even if they only draw with Italy. Makes Italy's path harder from the start.
And Group J?
Belgium gets points on the board, but maybe not emphatically against North Macedonia. Wales should solidify second place and boost their goal difference significantly.
So across the day, what are the main kind of narratives or trends the analysis picks up on?
Well, there's the obvious one. The expected dominance of the top seeds, Croatia, Belgium, Wales, against the lower-ranked teams, and how vital goal difference becomes in those matches.
Right, not just winning, but winning well.
Exactly. Then there's the importance of these early group-defining matches. Czech Republic, Montenegro, Norway, Italy. They set the tone immediately. Win those, big psychological boost. Lose, and you're under pressure.
We also saw that potential for underdog resilience, North Macedonia being the prime example today.
Yeah, their strong start, their defensive solidity against a top team like Belgium. It shows rankings aren't everything on the day. Tactics and form matter hugely.
And the injuries. The analysis seemed to suggest that even if top teams win today, key absences send a signal.
Definitely. Like Courtois for Belgium, or Italy's defensive issues. Okay, maybe it doesn't cost them today against weaker opposition, or it doesn't cost Belgium the win, but it highlights potential vulnerabilities for tougher games down the line, something coaches will note.
And home advantage was mentioned too, particularly for Norway against Italy.
Yeah, seen as a potential leveling factor in that specific clash. Can make a difference in tight games.
So summing up the day, it's a really interesting mix, isn't it? Some potentially one-sided games, but also some really competitive, crucial clashes, all important for building that early momentum.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it clarifies the group structures early on. You start to see who the main contenders are, who might be struggling.
And hopefully for you, the listener, looking at these details, the rankings, form, injuries, history, gives you a much richer picture than just, looking at the final scores later.
Yeah, it's about the why behind the results. Why one team is expected to win or why an upset might be on the cards.
Exactly. So let's leave you with a final thought, something to chew on, drawn from the analysis we've been through today.
Okay.
How might the tactical tweaks forced by injuries today, or maybe the psychological impact, the boost, or the pressure from any unexpected results we see, how might that ripple through the entire rest of the qualification campaign for these teams?
Yeah. It's not just about today's points, is it? A single day, a single result, or even a key injury can genuinely shift the momentum and confidence for months to come, influencing games way down the road.
Something to keep an eye on as the campaign unfolds.